Hey everybody, welcome back to Ogresspeedshop. So this is a kind of a afterthought intro. So I just want to get it out there that we are starting a new project, and this is how we got it here. We are going to check out a couple new projects today. So when I get there, I'll bring you back. Well, here's what we're here to work on. I'd say we'll do a will it run, but there's an issue with that. We're just trying to get it home, so we got to get a motor for it eventually. There's a bunch of scrap metal and everything around here we got to move and whatnot and get it cleared out. But this is what we're going to work on. And none of the brakes are frozen up too, so just got to make it move so I can load it on a trailer. We're going to get the area cleaned up around it by weeding first, so let's do that. All right, now we can get a better look at this truck. So all the tires are buried pretty good. Don't know if any of them hold air. Hoping they do. This one almost looks like it's off the bead. Still gotta move some metal around here, but that might still inflate. I don't know yet. My biggest thing is the fact that it is a four-wheel drive. I've been wanting a four-wheel drive to build here for a while now. Lots of stuff missing here, but looks like it might have been a, what is that? Propane, maybe? I don't know, maybe it's diesel. God, I wonder if this is one of the diesel 350s originally. I'll have to look once we get the door open and look at everything. Can I see the VIN number? No, the VIN number is kind of hidden right now. But anyways, so I got a wheel for it. I went to the junkyard, got one, but I got to free up the wheels first so they can move. So that's what we're gonna be working on next, is getting air in the tires and figuring out if the brakes are seized up, which I'm sure they are, because this one's really bad. So let's do that. Well, let's see if the first one will take air. Dug it out a little bit. Let's see what happens. I think this tank will only be enough to do one tire though. And we got a hole somewhere. Well, tire's nice and split, but might hold air long enough for us to move it. Check the other ones. The one thing's for sure, this one up here is definitely pretty rusty, and the lug nuts, at least I put the lug nuts back on it. They need to be lubed. See if we can pry that loose and get it moving, at least spinning. So yeah, let's get a pry bar out. See if we can get it both loose from these brake pads or not. I don't want to break the studs. There we go. Just have to get the caliper to back off a little bit. And right back around to the hard spot. I'll probably end up pulling those calipers off. There's no master cylinder in it right now, so that's one freed up. All right, so we can put the tire we brought on there now. Well, after we get the lug nuts off. Those came off a lot easier than expected. Let's get this thing jacked up here. Gotta get something underneath it first, though. I think that'll probably work. Ah, damn it. That should be high enough to get a wheel on. I think my biggest fear is figuring out, finding something that's living underneath these things I take out of here. Nice. All right, we got one that's freed up at least. That looks pretty good like that, doesn't it? That's on the ground. I mean, minus the motor, of course, or engine, whatever you want to call it. So, gotta get the rest of them up out of the ground and off. See if we can free up brakes if they're frozen. Yeah, good times. I got this wheel up, and the good news is that drum brake is not frozen. Well, at least not the whole way. It's in neutral at least. There we go. Pretty tight spot in one area. But that's loose enough that we can move it like that. I need to find something to put underneath there so it's not down the ground. Ready for the snap, crackle, pop. That's a little higher. All right, on to the next side. All right, so I got 2 tires loaded here so I can take them home and try to air them up. So far we got 3 out of 4 that can move. The back 2 both spin, which is good. So we just got one more to test. But I didn't have a tire to put down on it, so that's what we're gonna go. We're gonna take these home and see if we can make them hold air. I don't even know if that's the right one or not. It was in the back of a trailer over there, but I figure if it hold air and same bolt pattern, then we can use it. I decided to throw the tire back on it, even though they won't hold air. That one it's stiff. Like it must be a trailer tire or something. It kind of looks like a trailer tire. But it's stiff enough to hold it up. This one's completely flat, and the one I put on is good. But basically, all 3 of the tires that were on it are like that. That one's holding air. So I got it moved though. That's the hole it was in. I didn't record it because I didn't think it was going to work, and it actually did. So, but that's where we're at with that now. Let's get her loaded up and get her on the road. So again, there's no engine in this, so towing it like this is going to be just fine. Well, we made her home. I think I'm just going to store her in the backyard for now until I come up with an engine for it. Or maybe I got another idea, and I'll discuss that later. But there she is in all her glory. Ready to be brought back to life. Well, it looks like this cab corner is a little rotted. On the other side looked pretty good. I'm guessing the bed must be a little bit rotted right there too, if they put a little patch over it. We'll definitely go over it a little bit more once we get around to it. Yeah, this cab corner here actually looks really decent. Maybe a little bit back here, but not too bad. It's very, very dirty in here, very dusty. So what is that? Is that propane injected? So it looks like to me. This little manifold thing right here, regulator or something for propane. That's just, I'm guessing, I don't know. Like I said, unless this was one of those diesel engines. But I'll have to check the VIN before I know for sure. But there she is, not too bad. I like it. And it's 4-wheel drive. Oh yeah, by the way, it's a 1980. And you can tell by the way that it is. That grill right there. The front end of these are, this is 1 year only, 1980. This squared out grill here. As far as I know, that's what I've researched, that's what I found. So we'll see. Once we I closed the door unfortunately and the button's broken, so I gotta fix that so I can actually open it, and maybe I can still open it. Nope. Nope. Have to open it from the inside, which I'm not feeling like crawling through right now. But yeah, that's the truck. And yes, it's a long bed. I'm going to keep it that way because I'm old and I'm fine with that. I want to be able to fit a 8-foot piece of plywood in the bed, which I won't be able to because this actually has a 5th wheel. And I noticed when I was unloading the all the scrap metal from the bed. I don't know if it has helper springs or, no helper springs, but it is thick. Maybe this is a 3/4 ton. But it's only a K10, so I don't know. I think we're going to start by seeing what's in this bed and get it cleaned out. Tailgate's real easy to get down because it doesn't latch, so we got to fix that. They're kind of cool, like giant zip ties of some sort to carry wire probably. I'll hold on to those. Seem pretty strong. Wood. Looks like it's tied together. Yeah, it's got a union in it. Junk. Oh, you got a little gas tank. Probably just scrap metal, but well, there's one of the taillights. Taillight covers. Luckily, parts are available for these, so don't need that. Peterbilt. There's the other one. You can tell this is definitely on a farm because it's between barbed wire and lassos, and there's a lot of good farm equipment in here. Basketball. A little bit of chain loop left in there. Bar. It's a little scary. There might still be some critters underneath here. Some sort of blades. I unloaded a bunch of these, but bigger. The license plate is the same ones on the back. Farm truck. JCF, nope, different one. That's pretty cool. You get a farm truck license plate. That one's 2007, but I don't know if it's for this truck or not. I can't tell. Red beer bottle. Skull can. Not too old because it's plastic. Lots of this metal siding. It's a plastic siding. A couple of these electrical conduit thingies that was we have something screwed into it. I might hold on to these. These might be worth something. Bolts, some kind of valve. This does have dual tanks on it, but I didn't see a switch on the inside anywhere. But I haven't really dug in there yet because it's nasty in there. Of course, we got wasp nests. There's all this string and stuff in here. If you ever grew up on a farm, you know what that is. It's for electric fences to, usually they're spring loaded. Yeah, there's a spring loaded in there. It's crushed though. Allows you to reattach the fence. Some kind of toy gun, maybe. So much wire. This is a netting that goes around the bales of hay usually. Some of this might have been carpet. Seeing remnants of like carpet in it. Ooh. Hey, look at that. On a hammer. Definitely gonna need a few bags of trash. Look at that. A glass Dr. Pepper bottle with the screw cap. I've ever seen one like that. I just broke the screw cap, but it's kind of neat. Green bottle. Let's see if we can not break that one. Oil jugs. Another little basketball. Some WD-40. It's not that old because it has that straw on it, the flexible straw or whatever. Try not to inhale too much because this is nice and dirty. Something heavy in there. Aha. It's a little mini 4-way. Still heavy. Yep, there's still more in there. What's up, guys? Puppy dog just came out. Watch out. There's a valve of some sort. Oh, that's a sprinkler. Alright, I think I got the heavy stuff out. This over here. Poof. It's a rat's nest. Hopefully I didn't bring any of them home with me. Old screwdriver. Broken handle. The valve handle. I might be able to use it for a couple other projects. Hey, lug nuts. I'm about to go get a broom. I think I'm gonna need a shovel over a broom. A couple off-road lights. I doubt they work, but we'll test them. Empty oil cans. I wonder if that's the reason why there's no engine in it. The center cap for the wheel, one of the wheels. Looks like it might have been a shirt. Tiny bottle. I can't read what it says on. Oh, wait a minute. IBC soft drink. So, a little root beer bottle. Kind of cool. Hey, I know what that is. That's an alternator bracket for a small block Chevy. So now I'm wondering, probably had a 350 in it because that's the same one that I found. See, where did I get it? From the junkyard when I was getting the pulleys for the GMC. That's pretty cool. Holy cow. Some Mega Gray RTV. Still feels a little soft, but I ain't gonna keep it. That's a cardboard tube. That's a metal tube. There was a lot more stuff in this before I brought it home, but I emptied it out into their scrap metal bin for them. It's a leather belt or a dog collar. That might have been an old dog collar. Old fuel filter. Small one, probably for a mower. Another one of these electrical things. Well, that's got some liquid in it. I can't even imagine what that would be. Almost looks like a Mad Dog 2020 bottle. Clean that up and take a look at it later. The rest pretty much just looks like dirt, so I'm going to dig through it a little bit more and get out any big metal chunks. And if I find anything interesting, I'll report back. I'm definitely glad I decided to take my time and go through the dirt. As you can see, I got the bed pretty well cleaned out, mostly. But these are some of the things I found. An old wrench, battery tie down, the air cleaner hold down, which is nice. These big freaking cotter pins, a broken breaker bar. Most importantly is this right here, which is part of the clutch, clutch pedal linkages. So that's something I'm going to probably need. Might have to modify it or fix it, but that's part of it. So I'm glad I found that. And we got the valve for the propane, what looks like to be the propane anyways. But yeah, kind of cool stuff. Just figured I'd share, but yeah, it's pretty dirty. And that bucket of dirt's pretty heavy. I probably should have done something different with the dirt, but it was the easiest way to do it. So there's no way I would have believed unless I saw it. But this thing is actually taking air. I can't pump it in fast enough to let it hold though, because of the big hole right here and right there and everywhere. But can you believe that's actually inflating? Up to 20 psi right now. Let's hope it don't explode on me. It shouldn't, because it's leaking. But yeah, it gets to 20 psi. That's crazy. All them holes in it. Well, it didn't last long. It's about 2 minutes. It was down. But it did go up. Kind of funny. That's only got 2 lug nuts on it, doesn't it? 3. This is some of the bigger stuff that came out of there. Pretty nasty. But the bed don't look too bad. I don't see a whole lot of rust or holes. There's one right there in the very corner. There's 2 right there, but those are punched through somehow, so I don't know what that's about. But look at that, 5th wheel hitch. Pretty cool. A couple of the screws on this trim panel were loose, so I decided to take it off. And I kind of like it. I like the tailgate like that with the Chevrolet. Maybe paint it so it stands out eventually. I'm not planning on doing a whole lot of metal work or fixing up on this. I just want to get it running and driving and have some fun with it, because why not? It's a 4-wheel drive truck. Go have some fun. But I like that. Decided to do some work on the tailgate here, and you can see here the lever is frozen. So it's not releasing, and it's not going any further than that. So that's why there's no tension on this. So I just got to get this part loosened up, and we should be good to get it working. I think we got it. Spinning back now. The latches are going in and out. Well, yeah. Cool. Let's get her back on, see if she works. All right, here's the test. Oh, look at that. She latches. Now can I open her? Let me get up here. So she's latched on both sides. Yep. And she opens. Look at that. Look at a working tailgate. Sweet. So earlier I had mentioned about possible ideas for this truck. And one of them was, I really would like to have the 1970 GMC be a 4-wheel drive. And it's actually one of my goals eventually to do. And so I was thinking about just doing a chassis swap. Putting the cab, the bed onto this chassis, throwing the motor in there, and getting a 4-wheel drive 1970 GMC. However, the more I look at this, the more I'm playing around with it, the more I really like it. So, and I'll have 2 trucks, and that one's almost ready for a road anyways. So this is just a matter of throwing a motor in it and probably some wiring and whatnot. But I think, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep it the way it is, because I like it. I like the square body. I'm going to keep it that way. So I'll still have a 4-wheel drive, and eventually I'll probably do a full chassis swap on a newer engine and transmission and everything for the GMC to make it 4-wheel drive as well. But for now, I'm just going to have the 2 trucks, which is a better way of doing it. And we still have a 3rd project we got to work on too, and we'll get to that eventually. So I happened to look up underneath there, and I noticed there's a pretty good nest right there. I don't know what was nesting in there, but hopefully whatever it was is gone now. I gotta get that out of there. Looks like the valving over there for the fuel system. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm gonna start cleaning out the inside here, but I'm not gonna film it because it's just too much to get into. So if I find anything cool, I'll let you know. Well, I got the front cleared out and decided to take the seat out. And I think I found the worst of it. Holy cow. These rats made a home in here, that's for sure. Oh, and it stinks. I wish I could come up with little quips like Derek Bieri does on Vice Grip Garage, because I don't know how to describe this smell, but it's far from refreshing. But gotta get her done, get everything out of here. That way I'll probably pressure wash the inside of this just to clean it all up. So I decided to move her out back here with the doors open, because there's a nice breeze blowing today. So I got this all cleaned out, well, mostly cleaned out. I was hoping the wind would take some of the dirt out of here and freshen up the smell a bit. Actually, just getting the carpet out, the seat out. I'm gonna redo the seat, obviously, or clean the seat. But getting all that out definitely helped the smell. So I'll probably remove the dash too. There's some stuff up there on the dash. Oh, there's the rest of that broken breaker bar. But, oh, there's a tank switch. I was wondering where that was at. I guess a tank switch. Yep. So, but anyways, yeah, I'm getting squirreled here. But it's got some more cleaning to do as far as scraping everything out. I don't know if I can, I think these seals can be removed so I can clean a little bit better. They actually look like they're in pretty good shape. So I don't want to tear them or anything, but I want to get behind it and get everything clean. So, because it's rather nasty. That's wire. But anyways, so yeah, I'm leaving it air out back here in the backyard. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out, because there isn't a whole lot of bad rust on it, which is good. Yeah, kind of curious to see what this looks like after I get it all scraped up. But that side does, everything's just perfect. I mean, there's no big rust holes yet. This side looks a little crusty, and it might be where it got the most moisture, but that side looks like it's perfect. And whatever's left, whatever's might be rusted out over here will be easy to patch, because there's not there isn't a whole lot of it. Well, I got the nest out from up underneath there, and they were kind enough to chew through the taillight house or taillight wiring for us, so that's something we'll have to repair. But it's all good. So yeah, there's a transfer case. Pretty cool. 2 tanks. I think it's the valving, the switching valve for the tanks. Hopefully we can make them both work. Well, I just want to show one more fix that I did on it. Well, maybe. The door latches completely now, and I can open it from the outside now. I figured out that there's a lever in here that goes around this pinned in with a roll pin, and it was spread apart, so it was allowing this to get flopped off and off to the side and get stuck. So now it closes. Well, working on that part still, but it closes fully. Needs some adjustment. You can see there's a ding right here, so the door's a little ajar and off a little bit, but I can now open it from the outside, which is really nice. I'm still leaving it open. I'm going to leave it open probably overnight. Hopefully some of the stuff blows out. We're supposed to get a severe storm, but I don't see it happening. But anyways, I'm going to lock that back in. So that door can't shut. Nothing really blew out of here last night, so I got the vacuum out. I'm going to start sucking everything out of there that needs to be come out. And I am going to tear everything apart, get all the electronics out of it, and I'm going to pressure wash the inside of this, soap it down and pressure wash everything, just to make sure I get all the critters living in it. All right, so we got that all vacuumed out, and we found what little bit of cancer there is. It's mostly in this little drip rail right here, which is kind of expected. You know, so it's part of the rocker, which that's all stuff I can fabricate out of sheet metal. The kick or the cab corner, those are easily, there you go. You can buy replacements for those. They're only a few bucks, so not too bad on that. And the other side isn't bad at all, which is kind of surprising. I will clean up. I'll hit this up with a grinder just to see how bad it is, because that's just like, you know, surface rusted. It seems solid, but you know how that goes. So, but this drip rail over here is pretty solid, except for right up in here. I gotta get these panels off here, but I'm gonna take, like I said, I'm gonna take everything out of here so it's easy to clean, or easier to clean. I don't know, what was that hole back there, I wonder? It's a pretty nice ding, whatever it is. See that hole right there? Interesting. But anyways, so yeah, we got most of the crap out of here. And it does smell better already, but there's still material in here that can hold smells. And one of those things is the headliner, which is sagging, which, you know, could mean one possibility. There might be something in there, or, well, I guess it's 2 possibilities. Or, what is that? But anyways, you know, I'm getting squirreled again. There's a light switch over there for the dome light. But, so yeah, we got more to go. more to clean up. I'll probably spray the stuff down the dash before I remove it, just to save me a little bit. but yeah, it's gotta all come out so I can pressure wash inside here. Yeah, look at all this rat crap here, or mouse. This isn't rat, this is all little tiny stuff, but yeah, pretty bad. So we get up in here, just try to wipe some stuff down here, see how well it cleans up. Just using some super clean. Most of it's just red, Oklahoma red dirt. At least on the doors and the dash. Dang, do I need a scraper for this? I might need a scraper. It's like mud. These upper door panels are pretty much trash. Plastic's just deteriorated, nasty. Same as the dash. Then we get something else to scrape it with. I probably should have done this before I vacuumed, but I wanted to see the floors, see where I was at on that. I'm gonna put my mask on too, because I don't know what's what up here yet. And I got my little nut crate here too. The good thing is the wind's blowing through this way, so as I scrape it, it's just blowing away. This crate ain't working. Let's get sit down. Didn't turn out too awfully bad. Just for a quick wipe down. We might be able to reuse this. We'll see how it comes out and how it cleans up once it's out, because there are some cracks in it, but it's not horrible. So we might be able to reuse that, save a little bit of money. Definitely got to take the gauges out. I want to take everything out so all the electronics will be safe when I spray this thing out. Definitely want to pull the heater box out, because I know there's going to be something in there, critter wise. Just realized something, I haven't checked the glove box yet. What could be in there? Hey, look at that, some paperwork. Probably registrations and whatnot. I'll go through that in a minute. Not too bad in there. But you never know what we're gonna find up in here, like a little wasp nest right there. That can come out right now. Okay. So on to getting this thing torn apart a little bit. No sense in having a new vehicle without going through the gears, right? Oh, one, that's low. 2, 1, 2, 3, and reverse. Yeah. What are we in there? We're in 4 low? Nope, we're in neutral. Too high. Cool. We're going to go ahead and get started on getting this interior taken apart so we can get it really clean. Well, I just opened up a whole nother level of stink, because look what I found inside there. So that's what I'm saying. This thing's we gotta get everything out of it to really get the smell out. So cut that off. I mean, a couple places is cracked, but again, this is something that's replaceable. They do have them. So let's get some more things out of here. So the dash comes out pretty easily. There was 4 screws on that side over there, and it just clips in down inside the dash, and I already got it popped out, so it should come out fairly easy. Hopefully we can save it and not crack it any more than it already is. Kids like to put stuff on their dash. All kinds of cool stuff up here. Now maybe I'll be able to read the VIN number. I mean, I already have the VIN number, but I just want to make sure I was actually able to read it at some point. Let's get this stuff out of here before I break it. That was a bit of a nightmare getting that gauge cluster out. Even once I got the speedo cable unlatched, there was this wire coming out of it. I don't know what it goes to. I think it might be indicated because this wire goes down into the transmission tunnel. I just cut it because I don't know what the heck that's for. Maybe fuel tank? I don't know. Why would it go into the dash? But I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out. And some extra wiring in here, but we'll get it all worked out. There's some stuff that's tapped into right there, and the wind's blowing the way I was hoping to blow overnight to blow out this thing. Now it's blowing in my face. But anyways, so yeah, I get the steering column out, get all the wiring, get everything out of there that I can. I got the steering column out. The only disappointing part about this is I'm a little upset because the mounting hardware, and I realize it is 1980 and they started doing metric in like 1972 or something like that, but the heads, the bolts on everything for the steering column have been metric, 15 millimeters so far, and 13 for that bracket. So yeah, we're into the metric system on the 1980 here, which kind of, what can you do about it? There you go. It's a little windy out here. Hope you can hear me, but there's the whole interior harness, the wire harness. These are to the windows, to the door, same over there, and the heater controls right there are still in there. I still got to pull the radio out and the heater box out, but just want to get the wiring out too. And that's I'm not sure what that one is. Maybe neutral safety switch? Who knows? But we'll figure it all out. Yep, steering column's right there. Got most of the other stuff out, so just the heater box is basically all that's left. Hopefully I can get that out of there without breaking it up. So it's super windy out right now. Hopefully you can hear that. I'm sure you can because I got you in the truck now. But so I got everything out except for the pedals. So now I can pressure wash. I think I'm gonna pull the pedals out too, just so I can get everything up inside there too. Reason why I did that, and I'll show you. Yeah, there might have been a little nest in there. The truck's been sitting in a field for any number of years. Everything's going to be full of nests and animals and droppings and all kinds of stuff. So we're taking care of that. That's why we got the whole truck stripped now. And I even pulled the headliner out earlier too. So the headliner's out now too. So all that's left to do is spray it down. Well, I guess I'm going to remove the pedals so I can get up in there too and clean those up. But yeah, that's where we're at. Almost ready to pressure wash. Well, I don't know how this happens, but I'm working outside and my shop is trashed from all the tools and stuff. But yeah, it happens because you got to put it someplace and just grab a tool, run it out there, work on it, bring it back in, throw it down someplace instead of put it away, grab another tool, run out there. But yeah, it just happens. All right, so we got the pedal assemblies out, including the parking brake. I'm going to pull the boots off here so that way I can get to everything underneath there as well. You see all the crud over there in the corner? That's definitely one of the main areas I want to target when I pressure wash. Actually, everything is. It's just the dash up here needs really hit up good. Bad thing is, like these corners down in here, I don't know how I'm going to get down inside that area to make sure it's clean. Just to get a vacuum down there, I guess. But other than that, I think we're about ready to get our pressure wash. One thing I've always said about working on a truck that's always nice is the free storage for parts. I'm definitely glad we pulled those covers off because if you look in the shifter boot, look at that big old mud dauber's nest in there. So yeah, there's some crap in there. So we'll definitely have to clean those up and condition them a little bit, but that gives us a chance to get down in there and, you know, clean up through there too when we're pressure washing it. So I think the only last thing left to take off of here is going to be maybe the glove box, or the ashtray, if it comes out easy enough. And I just want to get the switch off of here too because I don't want it to, I guess it doesn't really matter if it gets wet. Hopefully we can make that work eventually. If not, we can replace it, and it's held in by nuts back there, so we'll get those off real quick. We're gonna do one quick vacuum in here just to get all the little chunks out. And I also came up with this. I found I had some conduit left over from a job I did on the deck over there, and that'll fit perfectly down the side of those holes. So hopefully we can get most of the stuff sucked out of there. All right, we got it all vacuumed out, and there was a substantial mouse nest down inside that valley there. It took me about 6 different times of pulling out a big chunk to get it all out of there, so pretty good. Now I think we're definitely time for pressure washing. So I went ahead and pulled the transmission cover too, just because that way I can clean underneath there too when I do this pressure washing. And I think we're gonna do that tomorrow. So it's getting to be kind of evening time now, and I don't really want to do it tonight. So I think tomorrow morning will be a good time to start spraying this thing down. Well, it's a perfectly windy day out here, so perfect time to do some pressure washing, right? So you get soaking wet. But anyway, that's what we're gonna do. Let's get the pressure washer going and get these this rat infested stench out of here, hopefully. I'm gonna spray it down with some super clean first on the inside, and then fit it up with a pressure washer. We got her all sprayed out as best we can. Now I'm just gonna let her dry out here in the sun and the wind and hope for the best. Hopefully all the smells are gone. There isn't anything material wise, that like fabric or anything, that could absorb that stuff anymore. So hopefully the metal didn't absorb anything, and if it does, then we'll scrub it down with something too. But I thought they should have moved the truck a little further away because it's got muddy. The whole trailer is just completely full of mud. And one thing's for sure, we're gonna have to pull this gooseneck trailer hitch out because it's caked full of stuff inside of that thing, and I just couldn't get it all out. There's stuff still coming out of it, shotgun shells. But yeah, so that's gonna come off at some point. It's only held on by 4 bolts anyway, so nice to have it, but it needs some modifications and some reinforcements to be safe to use. But anyways, got her sprayed down pretty good. A lot of mud off of her. Getting better every day. So now you can start putting stuff back in. I just noticed I don't think I have a driver's side mirror. Nope, no driver's side mirror. So that's something we'll have to pick up later too. At least we have a passenger side one. But anyways, yep. This whole thing was just caked full of mud down these corners. And all the bottles, the overflow in the washer bottle, completely trashed. And we can get rid of these evap canisters because, well, we're not going to have smog stuff on this thing. We got a new motor in it, so but yeah, there's the 4-speed. And so this has the MP205 transfer case in it, which is supposed to be a pretty stout transfer case, which is cool. It's got conical gears rather than a chain, which makes it a lot stronger from what I've read, which is a good thing. So we're gonna have a nice stout transfer case as well, as long as everything's working on it. And like I said, until we get an engine in it and test everything, we don't know what's gonna be working. Hopefully everything does. I got to test the power windows one of these days too. And but yeah, I can't smell any more of the rat or the mouse piece, so I don't know. I think we might have taken care of it, and if we didn't, we'll deodorize it, put all new fresh stuff in it, so there ain't nothing to stink in there anymore. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. We got a lot done, and I think I've worked on this. I got it on Friday. This is Wednesday, so I've worked on it for about 5 days, including bringing it home. But we got everything cleared out of it, cleaned up. Now we got to start ordering some stuff like the firewall pad. It's like 43 bucks from Summit. Some sound deadening. Didn't have carpet in it. It was completely destroyed. So I'm not going to do a carpet or rubber or what. But when I know, you'll know. So that's going to do it for this one. So if you like this video, leave a like down there. Leave me a comment. Let me know what I can do, what I can do better. And subscribe while you're at it. And make sure you turn on the notifications so you can see all the build on this truck. Just want to thank you again for being here. I appreciate y'all watching. So until next time, I will see y'all later.